Afternoon and welcome back. Well, I've got the birds on, the first team are out and they've, half of them have come back and the other half are off ranging. So some of them have gone for a fly and gone out with the rest and decided to come back. It's very warm today and I'm trying to still figure out this tripod. So Mrs. Hale Flights has bought me a tripod to film on a race day. So yesterday we did race, well we didn't race, the combine race from Woking, and that was a Friday obviously. We didn't send because we're working fanciers and we can't on a Friday. I mean, a lot of people would argue, oh, just leave them out, leave your ETS system out and let them clock themselves in. Well, who's going to be here to feed them when they get back? You might say, oh, leave a bit in the trough for them, and you know, what if one comes back cut up and you need to tend to the bird, and even so, you know, we race pigeons to watch our birds come home, so we're not going to miss it. So we decided not to send, and I think it was a very good shout, because yesterday the weather was absolutely roasting. I was working on the roof in Penzance and I left work at 7:30 and it was warm then. The birds were liberated at 5:30, I think, in the morning, which was good by the convoyer because it obviously that's the coolest part of the day. So that was the right move for the combine. It's up to people, whoever they want. If they want to send, they send. But by 10:30, I was sweltering on the roof, and that's not up, nowhere near as high as the pigeons. So it was unbearable for me. I mean, literally, it was so hot. And I always go by the theory of only work your pigeons in weather you'd work in. So I never work in pissing down with rain, because it will make you ill. You're on the roof, it will. You catch cold, and with boiling hot weather, you know, you have to keep hydrated, and it's difficult to prepare pigeons for that when you race in a climate where, well, you know what Britain's like with the British fanciers over here. You know what the weather's like in Britain. Most of the time it's you know, very, very rare we get a boiling hot day. So the pigeons aren't climatised to that. Then people say, you know, the pigeons over in Dubai and Spain and Thailand and all these hot countries where they, you know, they race by us because they're climatised to that. They are born over there and they're exercising, they're used to it. British pigeons aren't. Obviously, this is just my opinion, but you know, it's very difficult to condition a pigeon for boiling hot weather when you live in a tepid climate, if you like. There's one just turned up. So, you know, it's not roasting hot over here, but it was yesterday. It was really, really hot. So it looks like the other ones have turned back up from ranging, which is very good. Happy with that. So the second team are in there. So we treat this like a roundabout system, really. Second team are in that section. Mrs. team is in that section, and the first team are in the section there for a minute. So when they go out, they'll get pushed over. So they're actually getting used to the roundabout system at an early age. Come on in. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on in. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on in. Come on. So as I was saying, that's yeah, basically they're getting used to the roundabout system. So one team will come out of there and then get pushed through, but they just come back from about 45 minutes. That lot did. The others were about 20 minutes. It can't blame in this heat. It's still very warm. Cut the grass just a minute ago behind us, and it was very, very. I was getting sweaty. So yeah, it's very humid as well. The humidity must be up quite a bit today. So they'll have a feed, and then we'll push these youngsters out. My missus will come up here and do her birds, and then that'll be it for today. So I'll go and grab. I've had a couple of questions on the Cesta farmer, so I'll just bring the tripod back here a bit more. Right. So yeah, I've had a couple of questions on the Cesta farmer that we use. So I'll just get this tripod to. I'm still getting used to it, guys. So just be vigilant, and get you on the lives as well soon. So, like I said, I've had a couple of questions on the Cesta farmer that we use. So this is Cesta farmer. This doesn't come with it, by the way. You do get a plastic one, but my eyesight ain't great, so I've got a shot glass with all the measurements on it. They have this every single day without fail. It's a water cleaner, and it's not as aggressive as Virkon. Some people use Virkon, little, you know, a very small amount of Virkon just to bleach the water, or Milton. My father used to use Milton back in the 80s just to sterilise the water, because obviously they use it for baby bottles and sterilisers. So, you know, small amounts of it won't hurt your birds, but it's strong. It's strong, and it is a very mild form of bleach. This is all natural. The Sanacest. So we use that every single day in the drinker. Obviously, it says on the bottle that if the birds have picked up any pathogens or fungi or bacteria from a drinker, from the communal drinkers in the transporter, then this will eliminate it, and it's very, very good. Another thing that I actually missed off in that last video was this is a very good product for shedding. So if you notice, sometimes your birds have got a bit scaly skin on the breast muscle. This will shift it. Lovely pink breasts on them, no scales. This will help shift it. Garlic's very good for it as well, but this Sanacest is obviously it doubles up as that. So we give it to them every day. That, you know, the pink, lovely pink skin on them. So I really highly recommend this product for all your pigeons. We got all the stock birds on it. We've got the race birds on it, the youngsters on it. It's about 12 quid for a litre bottle, and it's 10 ml per 2 litres of water. So it's a very good product. We highly recommend it. So we had some good results in the last couple of weeks, and we found out yesterday, or I think it was yesterday, we topped the fed again. So we topped the fed, and we come 6th combine out of 599 birds. It was only 5 yards off topping the combine, so we've had a very, very good old bird season, especially with the cocks. The hens have been a bit flat this year compared to other seasons, but we're just glad we're doing all right. So competing, we're doing very well with the old birds. If the weather wasn't so hot and we was racing on a Saturday, we would have sent to Woking, because there are pigeons in there that need to be tested a bit more. Most of them have, and they've scored for us. We've got 2 fed toppers in there now. We've got a couple of 2nd and 3rd clubs in there, so we're very happy with this season. But if we do race next weekend, if it isn't a Friday race, it'll be our last one for the season, because we need to concentrate on the youngsters. As working fancies, it's very, very hard to have the time to train. Well, we cannot train both teams. We like to train early in the mornings, because we've had less attacks in the mornings. When we used to train during the day, we used to get hammered, so we like to train them about 6 o'clock in the mornings, and it's going to be impossible for us to train youngsters and old birds at the same time, because we've got to go to work. So you know, we'll do as best we can. That's always our aim. So yeah, we'll crack on with the youngsters. We probably will miss the first race. As I said, the first team are starting to range now. We've started training them in the next couple of weeks. But we always find with the first race in Oakhampton, you get a lot of fanciers that will just chuck them in with there's no specific names because we don't know any of them. But you always hear that, you know, you got some fanciers that will just chuck them up to the end of the road, and then you expect them to come back from young babies. Expect them to come back from 72 mile, and or whatever it is to them. But it doesn't work like that. You've really got to nurture youngsters, and peregrine in the background there. Yeah, and you've really got to nurture them. So we start them off, the youngsters. We start them off with a couple of mile, and get them coming straight home, and then we'll go up to 16 mile. We only train up to 16 mile. That was with our old birds and our youngsters. That's all they need. Yeah, we never really beat them because stress. Because you know the stress will do them over. So we got the youngsters tested the other day because we test them before we race them. Always do every 3 months really. There's a slight canker count and a slight coxy count. So we've got them on the coxy treatment at the minute. So the Sanacest isn't in the water. So they'll be on that for 2 days. We use Baycox, and it's a very good antibiotic because it's only active in the gut, and it doesn't really attack the immune system as much as other antibiotics. So with a count of the canker, you always have trichomonads in your pigeons. Always. There's no getting away from it. It's a part of their natural immunity. So a slight count is nothing to worry about. If you've got a medium or a high, definitely treat them. But we will treat them for canker before we start racing because it's going to stress them out. All this training, it's going to stress them out. So we will. That's a buzzard. There's 2 seagulls chasing off a buzzard in the background. 3 seagulls. Yeah, we will test them before racing, and we will treat them because their canker count, that stress basically brings that on it, and training brings on stress. So you've got to have a 0 count of coxy in your birds because it's a parasite. So we got them on the Baycox for 2 days, and then they'll be able to have a bath tomorrow. We had a bit of a disaster yesterday. I woke up 5:30 and there was pigeons all over the sky, and they were Mrs. Team's birds, and she must have left the door open, well, not bolted the door properly, and there's 4 missing now, and the Irish were at Resurgent that day, so we think that they've been carted off with them. So hopefully the phone goes and gets reported. She's not upset by it. She's just a bit disappointed with herself really for leaving the door open, but she knows that it's a mistake, and I've done it before, so we're at 1-1 now. But she knows the score. She knows that obviously there's all sorts of hazards having pigeons, you know, if you leave the door open, or training hawks, all sorts of stuff, but she knows her stuff. So anyway guys, so we've got them on a barley mix with Jerry, so I will actually go get you a mixture and show you the mix that we put the babies on. I'll just put you on pause. So this is our mix we use with the youngsters. So that is half barley and half race mix that we give to the old birds. So Jerry and all-rounder, because the old birds are on Jerry and all-rounder, and then half, well, from a Wednesday they will get Diet 2000, and the old birds, sorry, the youngsters will get that as well. So that's the corn they're on, and we do use a couple of products, so I'll show you these now. So obviously, for instance, after a treatment, it's a 2-day treatment. It's a good course, that is, the Baycox, very good. it's a very good antibiotic for cocks. It'll clear it right out. So afterwards we'll give them probiotics. It's just one we use from Cesta Pharma as well. Cesta Pharma is very good quality, and it's not overly expensive stuff. By far, we think the best probiotic out there is Primalac, but Primalac is very difficult to get hold of. It's a United States product, but that's a very, very good probiotic. This stuff is good. I mean, it's only what, 15, 18 quid a tub, and that's 5 grams per kilo feed. So we'll use that. And another product we used from last year is very good. Put that in the corner. It's a healthy oil. Not sponsored by or endorsing Cesta Pharma products, but we do use them and we find them pretty good. So this healthy oil, it absolutely stinks. Even by touching the bottle, my hands are reeking. So it's got thistle oil in. It's just a mixture of energizing oils for pigeons. It's got thistle oil in, and it's got thistle seed oil, oregano oil, thyme oil, garlic oil, cinnamon bark, rosemary oil, peppermint oil, eucalyptus oil, clove oil. So there's loads of oils in that. We put that on the corn for the babies. They'll get that 3 times a week, and we'll mix that up with a bit of brewer's yeast on it. Sometimes they'll just get the oil, and the probiotics, they'll have that tomorrow for a couple of days after the baycocks. But very good products from Cesta Pharma. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them. We're not sponsored at all by them. We're just, you know, it's a decent product really. And another good product that we have used in the past is Wonder Pigeon. That's a very good probiotic, prebiotic. Lots of natural acids and stuff in it. It's a very good product. We haven't used it in a while actually. I might order a bottle. But all those 3 products from Cesta Pharma, especially the Sanacest, that's absolutely brilliant stuff. So that's pretty much it, guys. As you've seen, we'll get the second team out in a minute. It's 5+5. They usually come out about that time of day anyway, because we finish work and then Mrs. will go up in her overalls and get the second team out. We'll do a live this weekend coming. If we're racing, we'll start doing the lives properly, and you'll be able to see the pigeons come home then. So I hope you guys have had a good race, whether you're racing today or yesterday. I know it was a difficult race for everyone. I hope everyone gets their pigeons back. It's not nice when you've got empty perches, as we know. You know, we've lost a few pigeons, but personally we wouldn't have sent anyway, even if it was on a weekend and it was boiling hot weather. We've only got a small amount of old birds. We're only back garden flyers, and we can't really afford to lose our best pigeons through choice of chucking them out in hot weather like that. That's only my opinion. Not saying it's wrong for people to send them. They can do what they like with their own birds, but our opinion is, you know, we wouldn't send in that heat, because I wouldn't want to go for a massive jog or a run in nearly 30-degree heat. So, you know, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe, and we'll follow more journeys of the birds and how they're getting on with racing, and we'll keep you up to date every weekend. Cheers, guys.